Hello and welcome to another episode of the Final Siren with Duck and Oz from the Purple Rain Oz. And I tell you what, we are up and about after a fantastic win by the Dockers over the Western Bulldogs on a Saturday night special, mate, in which 45,951 fans showed up after a little bit of a disappointing effort last week, but we won't talk about that. That's all right. We're past that because we're talking W's. We ate a big W tonight, mate, and I'm up and about. How are you going?
Yeah, look, simply stunning.
Simply stunning.
Simply stunning, and what a difference a week makes in football, which is sensational. I thought the boys were up and about from the get-go, mate, and credit to the Western Bulldogs because they came to play. This was no lay-down game whatsoever, and I'll give you the hot tip, mate. It was red hot in there, and we really saw the true grit and character of the boys shine through, mate.
Yeah, and this is the thing, Oz, is that, look, at times we were lucky, let's be honest, third quarter in particular.
2 goals, 8, I think it was, for the Doggies.
2 goals, 7.
2 goals, 7?
Yeah. To our 3 goals, 3. But that's what you need in footy sometimes. We've been unlucky in 2 games.
Yeah.
You know,
about time we get the rub of the green.
We had a pretty average game, but, you know, we're back in and we're back involved and we get a W on the board and, you know, we go 4-3 now.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good. We're pushing in that top 8. The bottom half of it, maybe we can press up to that top 6, something like that. But I think the big thing that really got me up and about was the ability for us to score against a pretty solid defence in Western Bulldogs. But the emergence of a guy like a Josh Tracy, 3 goals, 5 contested marks, a couple of times where we really needed him to take big clunks, and he just went, bang, I'm here, and I've got the Voss-like hands.
Yeah, real macho man, Duck, if you know what I'm saying there. Just able to really take control aerially when we needed him to, and just alleviate the pressure coming out of the back line and provide that key target. But more importantly, mate, just being able to, again, go forward and kick goals when we needed to as well. And he's really showing, you know, the reason why we put so much faith in him as a rookie pick, and he's come on, he's busting a gut, and he's showing us now why he is the future of the forward line amongst the other youngsters coming through as well. But how good is it to see our players clunk those marks, high point it, and really dominate the aerial contest?
Yeah, it's obviously very exciting.
Rose, here we go.
All right, we're joined with Cooper Simpson and Patrick Voss. Let's start off with you, Vossy. It's been a little bit of a journey for you, even though you're only 20 years old, which, like, in football terms is like, you might as well be 57. You might as well be as old as me and Oz, but you're only 20 years old, but a bit of a longer journey. How was that tonight?
Yeah, definitely been a longer journey and taken a bit longer than I would have hoped, getting drafted as an 18-year-old, but made it all the more sweeter coming out here tonight and the journey that it's taken me. So, yeah.
And just quickly talk to us about who are the people in the crowd, because we saw some Voss signs, saw some people up and about. Who are the people that came over to see you?
Yeah, there's a few characters. Or most of my mates had footy because it's been a Saturday VFL and that sort of thing back in Wagga. So there's family. I had my mum and dad and immediate family, and then got the cousins over. There was a few mates in there as well. I think there was about 20 of them.
Mate, I'm a huge proponent of body language, and I tell you what, when I see someone get up and about for someone else kicking a goal, you know they're a team player, mate. I tell you, you were equally as excited, to give one off, which, let's just face it, that's your goal, mate. You know it. But also, like, the mark that was taken by Freddie, and you were just in their background giving it the double pump. Obviously, you love being in this environment. Talk to us about that. What's it like being in that forward line?
It's just so much more fun when you're winning, I suppose. We've got a big thing. We're just doing it together as a forward line. We want to be the most connected forward line, and I think we were that tonight. We don't care who kicks the goals, like you saw tonight. I don't know how many goal kickers we had, but there would have been a fair few.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, Cooper, come across from Victoria, mate. Young fella. And look, realistically, if you were, the rumours are if you didn't get sick, were a little bit sore, you may have debuted a little bit earlier. What was that like, coming on as a sub and then all of a sudden Drapes has pinged a hammy and you're like, oh mate, I'm on. What was that like?
Yeah, well, I was watching the game pretty eagerly, but I guess I've just got to sit there and remain calm. But if it didn't come off, I was ready to go on. But yeah, when I got the call, I was going on. I was ready for it. I was excited, so yeah, I couldn't wait to get out there.
Mate, I tell you what, way to introduce yourself to the Freo crowd by saying you're going to be here for life. You know, nice to launch into that one in your first interview. But again, super exciting. I love the little step you had inside, which was mesmerising. I was up and about in the box. Is that something that you believe you bring to the club, like that excitement, that X factor?
Yeah, I think I bring my strengths to the game, and one of those is speed and my agility. So I think I just went out there, had the belief from the coaches that if I went out there and played to my strengths, I could get the job done and stick to my role. So yeah, I just showed a little glimpse of my strengths out there.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Now, obviously, we've got a couple of little boys giving you a bit of stick over here, Vossy.
Yeah, they're teasing me.
Teasing you?
Yeah.
Who are the guys at the club that have really impressed you since you joined?
Well, I've never heard of Tom Emmett before I got here. And he's an absolute star. Or Neil Erasmus. Neil Erasmus is a star as well. They're all roofing fellas.
Nice.
Okay,
so, right, first game in, boys. What can we expect now?
I suppose we're probably going to take it week by week.
Yep.
I suppose my goal coming into the year was probably just to debut.
Yep.
We've ticked that off, and now we look for consistency. I probably got my opportunity off the back of Jai getting injured, so I'm not sure what that looks like going forward. But whether or not that's consistency at Waffle level or at AFL level, just look to continue to build my game.
Yep.
How's it been down at Peel, guys? Like, obviously, you've come up through the ranks through Peel. What's that connection like between the Dockers and the Peel guys even, and the guys that are playing down there? Because you've obviously got that side of things where you've got young guys developing like yourselves. You've got guys busting their ass to try and get back in the team. So, and we're on top of the table, I think.
It's unbelievable. When I first sort of heard of the affiliation of like Peel and Freo being different, it's a bit different to the VFL teams, and most of they're sort of just aligned. You'd think it's going to be pretty hard to get that connection, but boys down there are unreal, and so connected down there. We all love playing down there as much as it is playing twos footy.
Yep.
Everyone loves going down there.
Weird question to ask, but in terms of like both of you debuting same time, more or less, did it make it a little easy for you guys coming in almost, technically how we were seeing you in the forward line? Is that something that, helped you guys, like both of you in the same time sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely get to share the experience together, which is pretty special, and remember that forever. I remember Vossy called me during the day, in the morning, and just said, how you feeling and stuff like that. We were pretty nervous going into it, but more excited than anything to get out there and wear the Freo jumper in front of the crowd. But yeah, it was a pretty special moment knowing that we get to reflect on this and say we did it together and we got a win in it.
Nice.
Now, Coops, obviously you wore the number 29, but I'm more interested in you, Vossy. You had Luke Ryan and Sonny Walters have worn 38, so did they come and have a word to you during the week?
Sonny did. Lukey didn't mention it to me, but I actually didn't even know Lukey wore it. But Sonny came up to me at half time, said he kicked his first goal in 38 as well. So if I kick half as many goals as him, I think I'll be doing all right.
Now, we love asking random questions on the pod here, and the random question is this: 22 Vossies versus 22 Coops. Who's actually going to win that game?
I reckon if it's a marking contest, Vossy's got it, but at ground level, I've got him 100%.
I'd get absolutely smoked.
Even with 22 of you?
Yeah, I'll get smoked.
All right. And look, Cooper, wearing getting presented with the 29 jumper, it's a bit of a weird one because 29 throughout the rest of the league's like, what a weird number to get, but obviously so important to the Dockers and the fans and things like that.
Godlike.
Did Pav have a chat to you, or Brad Weir, did he manage to have a chat to you as well, the only other guy to wear the 29?
Yeah, Pav and I have had a few catch-ups and a chat over the phone, and he's been great for me. He's given me some expertise around footy and stuff like that. Obviously, he's achieved so much in the game, and he's a legend of the club and the game. So to hear from him and to listen to him and to take things and advice on board for him has been pretty good.
Nice. And look, obviously fun having the forwards on as well. When you're looking down the ground, you see midfielders streaming, kicking the ball inside 50. Who do you lick your chops the most about with ball in hand, delivering the ball inside 50?
Probably Hayden Young, and I ran straight under one. He laced me out and I ran straight under it tonight. But he won't miss you if you're leading at his foot.
Yep.
And last one, boys, you're obviously new to the club. Weirdest unit at the club?
Matt Taverner Matt Taverner and Luke Jackson. Yeah, they're weirdo. We got the weirdest forward line of all time. Our gym sessions are crazy.
All right, Vossy and Scoops, thank you very much for joining us. Fantastic debut, boys.
Excellent.
Really
Well
pumped
done.
to see you keep going. Well
Thank
done.
you. Appreciate
very
it.
much.
Congratulations.
Cheers, boys.
Thank
you
you.
very much.
Cheers. All right.
All righty, thank you very much to Patrick Voss and Cooper Simpson. a.k.a. Cooper Simpson, which we scored on the pod back in the day.
How many pods, mate?
It was a long time ago, mate. But look, let's just quickly go back into a couple of guys. I think I mentioned Fife at one stage. How much did he turn back
the
time? The old fella.
Listening to Sher.
Oh,
that's what he was doing.
Yeah, he knew that it was coming.
Yeah.
37 disposals, 25 hand passes, which was really exciting. I know Fifey loves a hand pass, so really exciting there with Fife. And I think every time we play the Western Bulldogs, he just licks the chops. 16 Brownlow votes so far when he plays the Western Bulldogs. In terms of handballs, second highest amount of handballs ever, which is really exciting. Make it 19, you reckon, Oz? I think there's a young guy by the name of Caleb Sarong who may say, well, I think I may have played just a slightly better game. 37 disposals and 17 clearances. You know, like...
elite.
Oz, this is the weird thing with Sarong, and I said it to you when we were sitting upstairs, and I said, mate, I know that Prime Fife was elite. I know Prime Mundy was elite. I know Prime Pav was elite. And these guys were all outstanding. But, gee, Sarong's bloody good.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be pushing. By the end of his career, he's going to be right up there with those three guys on the Dockers Pyramid Hall of Fame kind of action. He was absolutely outstanding. And his footy smarts... He is an extremely, extremely clever football player. He uses his brain. He uses every single inch of his stature, and he really works as hard as he can, and he was outstanding tonight. Yeah,
look, I thought the whole midfield brigade, to be honest with you, were really strong today, Duck, and I think probably pried a little torch from last week, and they were pretty keen to come out and make a statement. I do have to give a big shout out to Sean Darcy as he raises the bat 100 up. Yes. Thanks for coming. 38 hit-outs really set the tone and gave first use to our midfielders, which I thought was super handy for our guys, and I thought early on, you know, it looked like we could have put any old score on the board, mate, because we were getting first hands on it, which was outstanding. And Darcy's working his way back, which is great to see as well. And English tried to run him around the ground, but he hung in there, and that's what you need. And you know what they say about ruckman, mate, they don't get any shorter over 4 quarters. So have the big fella out there is huge.
And I think him plus Dogger Jackson kicks 2 goals too. Mm-hmm. That Dogger going into the ruck as your second ruckman, really awesome. We win clearances by 17, 47 to 30. We win contested possessions 136 to 124. Ground ball gets, haven't got the stat yet, but they're the 3 KPIs we're looking for, Oz. Yep. I think as well, we really need to talk about James Aish. James Aish last week, I think the Eagles even went to him a little bit because they realised how damaging this guy can be off the half-back flank. And I think given that Draper went down with the hamstring, James Aish coming out and getting, 28 disposals and 12 marks, and really standing up, he's gone to another level this year. And at the start of the year, I was like, no, we've got to keep him on the wing. He's such a good wingman. He's our best wingman. Jeremy Sharp's obviously stepped into that role, and Johnson and Ego Mears stepped into that role a bit as well. But I think that Aish in that back line is a really crucial part. And I'm really, really impressed with how he's going. And him along with Jordan Clark and Lukey Ryan and your Alex Pearce, they are the glue that just kind of melds this team together, especially in the back line. Yeah, look, I thought there was one passage right at the end of the game where we were buffeting the pressure. It was really close, and Aish takes a mark in the back line just in front of Pearce, and you can see what it actually means, and Pearce actually does the double fist pump on that one and shows that he went back with the flight but also took the mark and, again, negated the pressure and allowed us to bounce. These sort of things, when everyone plays their role, it's just these little 1%ers that players do, and collectively when it comes together, it makes a massive difference. And I think there's just been little things that have been off here and there at different stages, which has allowed opposition to get in front at the last minute and so forth. And I thought we got it right today. And it's, credit to the lads for structurally getting it right, and also in terms of their skills under pressure, we're able, again, to buff it and make sure we can, repel and go forward. And I thought that was on show today. And I think that the biggest difference between, previous close games for Fremantle and this game was our ability to withstand and attack. It wasn't just all defensive. And I thought at one point there, Duck, we were talking about a shootout, which is very much un-Freo-like. Hey, come on, mate. We don't want no shootouts, but blanks only. Hey, look, Oz, I think we really need to give our flowers to Bailey Banfield as well.
Yep.
Kicks the sealer, kicks a crucial goal in the last quarter, has 22 disposals, which is his record.
Outrageous kick
Last
at the
time
end.
he had 22 disposals is when we played Essendon in 2018. So it's been a while between drinks. He plays that real crucial high half forward role. He rolled back to the back line when Walker was undergoing his concussion protocol stuff. So he really worked so hard tonight, and you see him working up and down the ground, and you see him getting that reward for effort.
And we've always said that, though, to be fair. We've always said that his effort, he brings, that's his KPI, his effort structurally, what he does, which is critical. And again, for him, he, in every sense of the word, is a utility. And as a utility, he can fill those positions when need be. And again, we had defensive guys go down, and he was able to fill the void, which worked really well because he is a good defender as well. So that works well. And who knows going forward, mate? I mean, he's shown as Mr. Utility, he can go backwards, he can go forwards, he can, hit on the wing. According to Champion Data, he's
one of the great.
He's one of the great wingmen. So,
and look, just quietly, Oz, how great was it to see that guy who just walked past us with his rig out, Heath Chapman?
Yes.
Out there tonight.
Yeah.
400 days, I think it was, between games. Yeah. You just forget. You're like, oh yeah, Chappie.
Yep.
First rounder, elite halfback flanker, can intercept. Had to play tall at stages tonight, which was really awesome.
The number 5 threw me.
Number 5 threw, yeah. You're like,
hang on,
what? Number 5 threw, big time out there, mate. But look, I just saw again, he offers something that's so important to our rebound from the back 50, and I really think that going forward, having him in that back 6 as a part of our back line, it's only going to get better and better. And look, I think realistically he'll probably play in the back line for majority of the year.
Yep.
Now we've had our guys go down, especially the taller blokes. Would love to see him maybe push up onto the wing the way he does attack the ball, and he uses his foot skills and things like that. But I just think our back line is really working into something super special. Yeah,
absolutely. And again, whenever there's an opportunity that comes up, you got to take it with both hands. And that's the key thing. We know how good he is, and he's slotted into that back line seamlessly. Again, like you said, he took on pretty much everything. The amount of times he was absolutely crunched in tackles.
Yeah, which we were all like,
but he bounced back every time, showed the true grit and determination that we know that he's got and we're accustomed to. And I thought, again, fantastic game from him. In fact, it's hard, if you look across the 22, it's really hard to identify anything other than a great game, because all of the blokes chipped in where they needed to chip in. And that's the difference. That's the difference. You need those 22 contributors at any stage, and your time will come. You might not have a volume of possession, and you should never look at a game as being good or bad for certain positions based on disposals. But when your time comes, do you take that opportunity and make it a positive opportunity? And I think that's what we did today, and that was the big difference.
Yeah, and in the end, like I said at the top of the show, there was a bit of luck involved at times, but we just kept that pressure up. We kept going.
And
we
about
kept
time
fighting.
we got it too.
And about time we got a few rubs of the green and things like that, and balls just popping up and bouncing. But I think, Oz, we go into a game against Richmond at the G next week, and then we come back here, Friday night footy against the Swannies. Let's make sure we get a nice big crowd again. I think, it's so fantastic seeing 45 plus. Let's get it up to 50,000. Really fantastic. Again, job by the club with the Len Hall game.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
Yeah, it is a really special part of our country, and it's a really special part of our society as a whole, and it's something that I feel very, there's not many things that make you proud to be an Australian, but something like that really does, and seeing our Anzac spirit shine through is something that's really important to us as a society. And I think it's really fantastic seeing what the Dockers do in order to uphold that and keep that spirit alive.
Yeah, it's all about inclusivity with our servicemen and veterans in the process, and it's real, it's tangible, and it's respectful, and it's what we're about as Australians. And I thought, again, a wonderful job by the club to do what they did. Now, mate, we haven't done this yet, but it's time to talk about our crypto moments.
Oh, yes, crypto.com.
Now, I know you were talking about this. I'm going to buffer here because you were talking about your favourite moment, which was also my favourite moment too. So hit us up with your favourite crypto moment.
I think my crypto moment, now this is a guy who's now had 2 crypto moments, but Bailey Banfield's goal at the end in which he runs around
outrageous
and snags it, it's got to be my crypto moment. And that goal, that swing of that ball, hooping in, another crypto moment as well, Fifey kicking a goal.
How about Fifey's possession count, going back to vintage Fifey best?
Crypto.com
Do I have
moment.
to start wearing this every... Do I have to start wearing this? I don't know.
The Crypto.com moment has to be Fife kicking goal because it's so rare, mate. It's so rare, and it was so awesome. And the crowd the crowd realised, and they were like, ooh, as one. So Crypto.com defining moment. It is both the Banners goal and the Fife goal because Fifey doesn't kick many. 2 for 1. 2 for 1 crypto. That's how we do it. All right, guys, on that note, let's wrap this thing up. We are the Purple Rain. We're at Purple Rain 95, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We're at the Purple Rain 95 on YouTube and TikTok if you want to join us there. Make sure you get around us on Tuesday. Tuesday mornings the pod's out, but Monday evening we do the podcast, review the show, review the whole game in depth, every minor detail. We go through it all, so make sure you get around us. Make sure you subscribe to the Dockers on YouTube. Just down here, click on that, subscribe, get your bell, so you go from there. And how about we get back next Friday night, not this Friday, Friday week, Oz, and let's get a big 50, 60,000 at Optus, at the Big O, to show those Swannons what we're all about.
The magical 14 goals, as J-Lo would say, get you to a win. Take that, patata!